So it was a guy, entrepreneur, and he kind of came to us with this idea. So he's from Ghana, so African heritage. He's lived in the UK most of his life, but his heritage is Ghanaian, and he had an idea that there's like such a thing, a culture about food in Africa and good food, and he could see like there was little bits in London where that food was, but it wasn't getting to people. You could only get that food if you lived kind of in an area where there's like a high African population. So his idea was basically a way of bringing that food, which is on the face of it quite scary to look at because it's lots of ingredients that traditionally, like in the UK, people don't recognise or aren't like familiar with the flavours. So it was a way for him to kind of bring African food to people. I remember him saying it had to be like traditionally African, but like for a London audience. So it couldn't be, in some of the initial work we had like weavings and things like that, like really traditional old patterns from like rugs and stuff like that. But it had to kind of hint towards that, but be more for like a modern day London-centric audience. So like all the bouncy animation that came out of that as well, like having an energy about it, like almost inspiring the animation off of like African dance, things like that. So it's like nice and bouncy and energetic. The orange was the rationale behind that was around sunsets. So there was kind of, you Google African sunset, it's orange. Admittedly, it's orange most places, but there seemed to be like a more distinct kind of orange feel to it. So that was why the orange was there. The thought around the whole thing was say hello to African food. Jambo means hello in Swahili, hence why then the logo looks like a speech bubble. The visual identity is then built out of speech bubbles and conversation, so it's all kind of tied from this one thought. He's at the moment kind of launching in various kind of areas of London. So starting off with the areas that are more populated with the restaurants. So sort of, I think it's one of the SW postcodes, and I think he's done an SE postcode as well, so relatively close to here. And sort of month on month is just starting to roll out in more and more postcodes. So hopefully it'll kind of spread and spread and spread.